Check 1 2 1 2 nigga shit.
You're not supposed to say the N-word, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll get fired from a cooking show.
Maybe we're gonna bleep out the N-word, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So we're over here. We're doing like a.
I love black people.
We're doing like a little Barbara Walters style interview. So
even though. Go ahead.
What do you think about the scandal between your gardener and your maid?
I think that'd be hot. Be like,
if you had some.
One can like plant shit and the other one can like clean shit.
Can you imagine like somebody cleaning after your fucking shit? Did you guys have that at your house?
Yeah.
When you did?
Yeah.
Like occasionally? They didn't live there. Like it wasn't like the Drummonds and shit. Like Mrs. Garrett waking up in the morning and cooking you eggs and shit, right?
No.
It was like less intimate.
It was like less intimate.
What was it?
But with Astroglide.
Would you share the person's name? What was the person's name?
I don't remember their actual name.
They had a name.
It was like before I was born.
This was before you were born that this happened?
Probably. They were cleaning up my mom's ass.
Are you sure about this?
No.
Oh, God. You're just saying these things that come off the top of your head, right?
I just,
What kind of state are you in right now?
my, head is floating, and,
You just feel different.
I kind of feel like I have to pee, but I don't know if I actually do.
Is it one of those where you just don't want to get the fuck up and go pee? I just don't want to
get the fuck up and pee.
So did you hear about this? I'm coming into you with this fresh, because I don't know if you heard about this shit, but Ben Affleck is Batman. What do you think about that?
I think that's great. I mean, he looked okay in Daredevil, but...
Did you like Daredevil? Because a lot of people didn't like that shit.
It was okay. I thought it could have been better.
What didn't you like about it, though? And I'll tell you what I didn't like about it afterwards.
I didn't like the storyline. I didn't like the acting. The only thing I liked was the action. That was about it.
Yeah, you think Colin Farrell did a good job in that? Colin Farrell,
as Bullseye? Yeah, I think he did a good job.
Remember when we watched fucking Seven Psychopaths?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? Was a fucking movie right there and a half. Not to go off topic, because we're gonna get back to Ben Affleck as Batman in a second, but...
Seven Psychopaths? That's like a story about my life.
Did you say Seven Psychofags? Because I'm offended, because I love that fucking movie.
Seven Psychofags? No.
It was Colin Farrell acted as himself. He was that was his accent, the way that he was, and then what the fuck is the other guy? Something. I know I'm gonna come up with the fucking shit in a minute, and I should have something ready to Google real quick.
Edward Norton?
No, not Edward Norton. Edward Norton.
He was in that movie.
Seven Psychopaths?
Yeah. You remember?
No. What part did he play?
He was the psychopath. He was the last one.
Edward Norton. Are you talking about Woody Harrelson?
No, he was also in that though. Edward Norton was in Seven Psychopaths, wasn't he? Let me Google
Christopher Walken?
No, not him.
Edward Norton.
I think Edward Norton was in that movie.
Wasn't Edward Norton the fucking
He's this guy that's really sexy. It turns you on.
Wasn't he in Fight Club?
Yeah.
He was in... I don't remember seeing him in Seven Psychopaths.
Shh. I'm looking that up.
Anyway, the movie was just so fucking creative, and there was an actual guy that was a monk that burned himself outside in the street, because there's an actual famous image of that. I'm not sure if it's Time or whatever magazine took that picture, but I remember seeing that somewhere. It's an image that's kind of burned into your head. It's like this person self-sacrifices.
Oh no, it's Sam Rockwell. That's what
Sam Rockwell. Yeah, Sam Rockwell is the. Are we getting a little distortion in the microphone?
No.
Okay, Sam Rockwell is a fucking awesome man. Matchstick Men.
That's who I was thinking. Edward Norton. I don't know why. I just thought they were the same person. Maybe it's because I'm really, really baked right now.
Have you ever seen Matchstick Men?
No.
Great fucking movie.
That just sounds gay.
It's with fucking Nicolas Cage. It's another one of those where he fucking loses his shit.
That sounds as gay as Moonstruck.
Oh yeah, Moonstruck. He was in that too, right?
Yeah.
And Peggy Sue Got Married with fucking Jim Carrey made a cameo in that with Why can't I think of any names right now?
I don't think I saw that movie.
Who's the chick that was in The Romancing the Stone. Catherine.
Was that Diane Keaton? No.
Not Diane Keaton.
It's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Not Catherine fucking. Wasn't it Michael Douglas though?
Michael Douglas and
the chick that talks like a dude that did the voice of Jessica Rabbit.
Hey, I'll bake you a carrot cake.
Imagine how fucking sexy that would be, man. Would be.
Let me Google that for you. Romancing the Stone cast.
So Sam Rockwell, we found that out. We're gonna get back to Ben Affleck in a minute. Everybody who's waiting, nobody's listening to this shit. Nobody's gonna listen to this shit.
Wait, hold on. Romancing the Stone cast.
By the way, this is Nerd Talk, brought to you by nothing. Oh, did I talk during your Surrey thing?
I didn't get that. Romance in the Stone cast. Romance in the Stone cast.
No.
Here's the cast of Romancing the Stone.
Romancing the Stone.
Catherine Turner.
Kathleen Turner.
Whatever.
Yeah, Kathleen Turner.
She's Joan.
She was in a Serial Mom, and she used to prank call the other wives and say, "Pussy Willow." You remember seeing that fucking movie?
No.
Oh, man, there's some fucking fucked up movies out there that some people just don't know about, and they need to know about. You should watch a clip of that shit.
Kathleen Turner with that sexy man voice.
Kathleen Turner. All right, so let's get back to Ben Affleck.
I sound like a woman.
We sidetracked. It's okay.
Like a black woman.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I think that's the way society is now. That the women beat the men down so bad with this whole metrosexual shit that men are actually becoming feminine.
Men are becoming gay?
Pretty gay. I didn't want to say it like that, but yeah, you
Yeah. Men are becoming like fuckmeinatheass.coms.
Fuckmeinatheass.coms.
I don't know. I got nothing.
You got everything.
I got balls on my chin.
Not yet. We're gonna be showing that pretty soon. We're just gonna go outside and get a homeless man real quick, and they're gonna do the deed together. So.
I got nothing.
All right, I asked you like how. Stop coughing, dude. That raspberry lemonade is not gonna help. It's only gonna aggravate the situation. Ben Affleck as Batman. Your thoughts?
I think you do a good job.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, Daredevil was cool because it showed, like, the struggle, and, like, I didn't know anything about Daredevil in the first place.
It's a shame that Michael Clark Duncan died.
Oh, fuck yeah. The Black Kingpin?
He was a sexy, sexy black man. Armageddon.
What was the other,
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
He wasn't it was The Green Mile,
Close
you
enough.
mean? No.
Close enough.
It's shot kind of the same. Yeah. Was that even, like, the same directors and stuff?
Sure, why not?
You don't know?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I know one of them's based on a book by Stephen King. I think that was The Green Mile.
You should just have Surrey ready every second that we talk because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about
I don't
at
really
all.
know what the fuck I'm saying.
No?
No, you're kind of sober and I'm kind of baked. But my baking is coming around to become a casserole.
It's that my tolerance is a lot higher than yours.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
Because I never smoke.
That's exactly what it is, man.
I'm still looking at your beard.
I'm doing it Rasta these days. I watched Reincarnation as a documentary on Snoop Dogg going to Jamaica. That changed my life. Now I'm the white Snoop Lion.
Did you...
Go ahead. Did I what? Did I what? Don't lose your fucking train of thought because it looked like a serious question.
Style that yourself?
Yeah. Does it look like I styled it myself?
No, it looks professional.
I spent a good amount of time staring into the fucking mirror just trying to get this shit right. You know?
Stared into the abyss of beardedness.
I was looking there. I looked like my grandfather. Like he fucking like had this sloppy hair. All I needed was my trucker hat, and I would have been my grandfather that day.
You look
because
like
he just like
you look like an Amish farmer. Even though pretty much all they do is farm and fuck.
But I would have to lose the stash though, because it's not. Don't they usually lose the stash?
I think they lose the stash.
Why do people keep saying Amish? Like, it looks to me like some people like okay.
Or a very well cultivated, sexy.
Maybe
rabbi.
it's the way you think, but you say Amish. Another person would say Amish, but then another like people who act ultra ghetto and shit. They say I look like Rick Ross right now.
You do look like Rick Ross.
Yeah, so I need like a big chain and
Yeah.
I'll be ultra ghetto and.
Yeah. What you should do is you should just start painting. You could be the next Bob Ross.
Bob Ross? Either Rick Ross or Bob Ross.
Yeah, you'd be like, just a little bit of red, just a little bit of blue. Yeah, hey, look at those trees. Oh, happy little tree. Happy little tree. Shut up, Rob Ross. Go smoke some.
Rob Ross. That's gonna be my fucking rap name, Rob Ross.
Rob Ross? This is Bob Ross, the fucking childhood painter on PBS.
Bob Ross. I love Bob Ross. I got fucking, he just makes you happy.
This thing's still recording. How long has it been going?
What do we got? Is that 20 minutes?
Really?
Yeah, 20 minutes. What do you think? Is that a show right there?
It's great.
Go back and listen to this, like, and be like, what the fuck?
We're gonna have to say things that actually keep people's attention.
That's what I was trying to do, but I think you're just too ultra gone, man. You don't know what the fuck's
ultra gone
going
right
on.
now.
Yeah, that's the problem though, because you know you think you try to get prepared for this kind of thing, and it's like, okay, let's talk about this, and then we get trailed off and talk about 100 fucking different things.
Do you want me to just like milk you? Here, let me.
All right.
Oh, do it.
What?
Are you enjoying this?
I thought you said do it like you want me to do something.
Dude,
no.
You have some huge ass nipples.
Fuck, man.
Wait.
You just have to like.
Those
all
are
right.
like my first
All right.
nipples.
Fuck you and your Robin Williams fucking arms, man.
Those are like udders. I want to milk you.
All right, now you can go fuck yourself. Let's talk about some shit here, man. Let's be fucking men and pull our dicks out and be men and tie them together like balloon animals and shit.
I don't care how
What do you
big
think?
I am. I'm not pulling out my dick.
We need to get the shot of the fucking ram lamp that you have over there. That's fucking incredible. He's got this. That'd be scary right there when you're fucking tripping out. I'll tell you that.
I'm gonna paint it black and basically paint its eyes like blood red.
Paint its eyes. Yeah, that'd be fucking. You should let me paint that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then your parents would come
you
over.
want to devil paint it?
Devil man.
You can paint it if you want.
Dude, I'm not gonna fucking. Your parents will walk in and be like, "What the fuck?" I could paint it like to make it look ultra realistic and shit.
I want to look demonic.
Demonic
and like sexy at the same time.
It'll remind you of like the magic shop scene in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Like that scary.
I don't remember.
You just come into the room and like this.
I don't remember that part.
I'm gonna have to always refer to Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with you.
Okay.
Right? Because the scene where
I don't remember a lot of the Pee Wee Herman movies. I just watched the Pee Wee Herman fights. What's his name in the giant fucking bathtub?
what are you talking about? Francis?
Francis.
Yeah.
Let me speak to Francis. Francis not here. I want to speak to Francis. Francis not here.
Are you talking about the big Chinaman?
No. In the movie.
Yeah, the guy who answers the door is a big fucking dude. Was that guy a wrestler?
I don't know.
Back in the day?
The third time he opens the door, like
It has
Pee-wee
that
runs
fake
in.
knocker and shit?
Yes, the fake knocker.
That's fucking awesome. I gotta do that shit to somebody.
Yeah. If Francis, that fag, is playing with all the battleships in the giant tub.
You sunk my battle shit.
I want that tub.
That wasn't a fucking tub, it was a pool, man.
Whatever, it's close enough.
I'm saying, it's like, they meant for it to be a tub, but...
It was a pool tub.
It was a fucking pool. That kid was so rich, you know?
Yeah.
That was,
I want that.
one of my favorite parts, the fucking, they're eating the gum, and he's leaking the gum out of his fucking mouth and smiling at his dad.
No, I don't.
And his
remember
dad's, because it's the hot gum. He got both of those fucking trick gum. I just talked about the magic shop. He got both of those at the magic shop. Yeah, man. It's
You need to
fucking
watch
awesome.
the magic shop scene again.
Yeah, you need to watch the fucking whole... We should watch that shit. I have that on my computer.
I find oh my god, I can't even talk. I kind of feel like I have to sneeze,
Yeah.
but I feel like if that happens, like my head isn't gonna move, and thus my head will just explode.
Is that unique to right now? Is what you're talking about?
Yeah, unique to right now. Like normally, I'll put a little effort into it. Though right now, I feel like my body's become part of this couch.
Just fucking feel it, though, man. Just let yourself fucking drift into wherever it's gonna go. Who gives a
Alright,
shit?
keep going. I can't believe how big your fucking nips are.
You're gonna obsess about the fucking nipples? You
Hey,
should
let-
see
let
how
me-
big my mushroom cap is.
Let me-
You fuck.
Let me milk you again. Let me milk you!
Alright, man. You're gonna get fucking weird. We're gonna have to end this shit, you know? So, all right, we were trying to stick to a topic. Can you remember what the topic was?
Pee Wee Herman?
We'll test your mind. No, it was a little bit back.
The Batman Superman
Fuck
thing?
the Batman thing, I guess. But that's what it. Okay, so, but that would
The Ben Affleck thing?
He is gonna be. It's gonna be a Superman and Batman movie. Superman versus Batman. That shit's gonna like draw so much fucking money. It's gonna be crazy.
If it's good.
It doesn't matter. I don't think you could even cast fucking Walter Matthau as Batman, and then the fucking shit is still gonna sell. And they've been saying that shit. Like Kevin Smith is like, you can cast me in that shit and call it Fat Man versus Superman, and then that shit will fucking still.
Really? You said that?
Yeah, it'll still make $1 billion. You know?
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So, like to me,
Superman is gonna be played by the same guy that just played Superman.
Yeah, the
and
Man of
Batman
Steel.
is
Yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Right.
Why did they get fucking what's his name to play Batman?
Who?
Fucking
Because I think that series is over. You're talking about
The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Or how about Michael Keaton? Oh.
If they went back to Michael Keaton, but he's too old to play it, I think now.
Oh really? Was he
Doesn't
like
he look-
80?
Dude, have you seen him in? He was in the other guys
No.
with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. They're like two fucking cops, and they're like buddy cops, but they're going against each other,
Yeah, I
saying
don't remember
stupid
what he
ass
looked
shit.
like, though.
Like he has this Will Ferrell has this ultra hot wife, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about the appearance of my wife." It's that fucking chick. She's a Spanish chick. I have to fucking Google that chick's name too. I don't remember. She was in some other shit. Really hot Spanish chick, and she's been in a bunch of things.
What was her name?
I don't remember.
I don't know either.
So it's either her or Jennifer Lopez, right? So
I fuck J-Lo.
yeah. What about Michelle Rodriguez? She's a little manly,
I would
right?
fuck Michelle Rodriguez, but she's gay.
Yeah, she is gay, right?
She actually likes the pussy.
I thought
mean,
so.
I like the pussy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
So if you could have a three-way with Michelle Rodriguez, who else would be in that three-way with you?
Littlefoot from The Land Before Time.
What? That's probably the most random thing I've ever heard in my life. Littlefoot from the land of
All right,
okay,
fine,
Land
fine.
Before Time.
Fievel. Is that better?
Are you getting like into
American
all
Tail?
Amblin Entertainment shit
Oh,
back
okay,
in the day?
okay. On a serious note.
It's serious, yeah.
Oh, this is difficult.
Littlefoot. That's probably like really. That's classic right there. I haven't even thought about that movie in so long.
I don't really know who'd be. Pretty much any hot
Who's
girl.
like your celebrity? For me,
Oh yeah, Miley Cyrus.
because she was
could be
twerking it
at the same time.
Twerking is so fucking yeah. I didn't know. What was that first performance where she was twerking? I wonder if she's doing that like all over the place now, and you just don't see it
No,
like
she's-
normally.
Yeah, she probably is.
And then the VMAs is where she just unleashed the fucking bear. You know,
I can't stop staring at your teeth.
well, they look terrible.
Yeah, they're fucking
They
terrible.
look like redneck teeth right now, right?
Yeah.
I look like one of the fucking Duck Dynasty boys. Really fucking bearded out with the fucking wooden teeth and shit. I've been letting myself go, man. It doesn't matter anymore. Fuck it. I'm Mr. Bayou and shit now, alright? Just dirt of the dirt. You can smell the funk coming over here.
Yeah, I smell the funk. I'm probably I'm gonna have to fumigate my couch after you get off of it.
Oh, so that brings me to the topic. Speaking of not belonging in Boca, so I park my truck here, and what happens at your complex? I park my truck.
You parked your truck, and they put like 17 notes on it, and I got like 4 phone calls from the fucking association and the guardhouse saying we can't have any black people living here.
That's not what they said, but
Okay, no,
they
they're
might
like-
as well have
they're
said
like-
that, right?
They're like, this is a safe neighborhood. We can't have those types of vehicles and no like commercial type vehicles parked here. I'm like, it's somebody's personal vehicle, and they're like, yeah, but we can't have that type here. You know, we're a safe neighborhood. And they called me like 4 fucking times about it. Yeah. And then they sent me a letter, which I tore up.
Okay, and all this was because I drove a pickup truck, and I wanted to park it in his complex. And that's like, what kind of discrimination is that? I've been discriminated against because I was fat, because I'm Hispanic, because pick a fucking thing I've been discriminated against for it, but never because I drove a pickup truck. Okay, you know how many fucking Dodge Rams I see on the road every fucking day,
They just don't belong in my
but they're not
neighborhood.
just fucking like people that live in
If
this
you're not
rich
working
communities and shit.
construction,
It's such a silly fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
It's like when you come, who would have thought that like when this human race began, that we're gonna start making these borders to where these motherfucking upper class 1% motherfuckers have their own places to live and they're outside of humanity and shit.
when the human race began, they didn't have pickup trucks.
Fuck that
They
shit.
didn't have trucks.
It doesn't matter.
The only thing they picked up was their asses.
You get what I'm saying?
And like,
This is just another thing that's dividing people from other people. You know, like, you don't like my kind around here. We don't like your kind
be
around
straight
here.
house.
You know, but I don't understand that shit. How do you say that a person that drives a certain kind of vehicle is like a piece of shit?
They don't
pretty much.
qualify for humanity.
No.
They qualify for like cat.
See, but I'm over it now, and I don't really give a shit. But at the time, I was just like, who the fuck are these people? Like, what are they? Who do they think they are? Seriously.
Apparently, you can't drive a pickup truck.
That's a stupid fucking rule. I wish I would have captured it like when I was in the heat of it though, because I would have fucking been screaming right now, and they probably would have heard me and came in here. And he's not allowed in here anyways
called
now.
the police, and then they kept telling me that when I get a new roommate, they need to be screened because you stayed here for like 6 months.
I would have stayed here for like 2 days.
Like I think it
The
was
first
3.
time I stayed here for a couple days.
I think it was 3 days. I don't remember.
No, I think the second
All I
time.
remember is you never showering.
That's true.
You were here for like 6 years.
That's my thing, man. I'm coming up with the Rasta.
You had a
Fucking-
tree like a vine growing out of your ass.
Yesterday I did something I don't usually do.
It
Is
looked like a tail.
I put on some deodorant the other day, and I
Oh my
usually,
god! Was that like a first?
It was like it's been a while.
Really?
There was this time when I ultra like axed it up all the time and just I totally gave a fuck. I was in give a fuck mode, but I'm not in that now.
I have cotton mouth now. Feels good.
You had drink your fucking raspberry lemonade.
I did. I've been drinking it.
Let me get a sip of fucking tea, man.
No. I don't want your tea. It probably has A's in it. No. I'm drinking my raspberry.
It's not fucking-
raspberry.
I think so. The raspberries taste like raspberries.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Snozberries taste like raspberries. DJ Raspberries. Oh, I thought I was gonna get you to spit out your fucking raspberry lemonade,
You
but
fucking ass.
that would have sucked on your Sony Vaio though, right?
Brand new. Brand new, nigga. Oh, I couldn't even get you to like throw up on the couch.
How do you throw up on the couch? How do you use that word so loosely? Because I've always like been hesitant to use
Listen,
the N word
I'm hesitant. Like
around people.
if I'm outside my house, but when I'm here.
But what if this were to go like public and like people were
especially-
watching this
Well,
shit?
I am pretty baked right now.
And it doesn't.
So-
So that's. But
so-
what are you saying?
so-
Things that you might not usually say.
Probably. This is why it's being recorded. This shit's gonna be cut.
It's gonna be cut.
It's gonna be cut several ways.
That's why I didn't want you to
several
say
ways.
any things like that because I didn't want to have to fucking cut shit.
Yeah, you're cutting it.
Oh god.
No. You could just bleep it out whenever anyone says "nigger."
We can put something in the place. I can put that
But-
best
but
cry.
wait,
Remember the
wait,
best cry
wait,
ever?
But wait, hold on.
You're acting like you're drunk right now. Go ahead.
You can't
Wait,
say
wait.
nigger.
You have to say with an A at
But
the
you
end.
can be like nigger.
And all these guys like Richard Pryor
Mm-hmm.
and all these motherfuckers back in the they say cracker and shit, right? And they say like derogatory terms that have to do with white people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
like-
that's perfectly fine. You don't
They can even take porch monkey back.
they can't take.
porch munch.
But I think it's like you have to be the bad motherfucker that gets in with the black guys, right? Still, it doesn't matter. Like since the 70s, when it started like become popular on television and shit, like fucking Welcome Back Kotter and shit like that, where hey Mr. Kotter, you know that kind of shit where like the black dudes coming in. And everybody's trying to get cool with them because in the 60s they just sprayed them with fire hoses. And they didn't. You know, it's like that's when the "I Have a Dream" fucking speech came, and then later on they made the Cosby Show, right? And that gave way to those kind of things.
Bill Cosby could act.
That motherfucker. I was just watching Ghost Dad the other day. Such a fucking great movie for such a like a just low budge crap kind of deal, but it's such a memory.
And then that guy started doing Jello commercials.
Yeah, he'll always be remembered for Jello. You honestly have to watch that fucking it's called Hollywood Babylon with Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman. Wonderful fucking like podcast.
Story about your life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish.
Were there any like naked women in it?
No.
What's wrong with you?
It's a fucking show like about nerds and shit, man.
You're crazy.
If we can get some naked women in here to sit next to you, this would be a great show. Like imagine a chick sitting over there and a chick sitting over here. Then we'd get somebody fucking clicking on this shit, but just me and you.
We need J-Lo.
Two fat tubs of shit, just like laying there looking at each other,
I'm
gazing
not
into each other,
you.
gazing into each other's eyes.
Gays in the military.
Ever so fucking lovely.
Shut the fuck up.
But what else? Was there something else on your mind that you wanted to talk about?
Censoring this table on this rug.
Centering the table on the rug?
Yeah.
So let's talk about your OCD then. What other kind of do you have little rituals and shit that you go through
No.
on a daily basis, or is it just
No.
like getting things perfectly aligned?
I just like getting things aligned.
And if it's not, it fucks with your whole...
Yeah, like that table is... No.
What, your kitchen table?
Yeah. I need to like clean the floor underneath it and take that throw rug and clean that, put that down there, and then put the table on top of it. But
Do you think you get that shit from your mom?
Probably.
Like she likes to...
Probably. She likes to meow. But listen, it should be centered under that chandelier.
Oh, the table.
Yeah. No. What else you think I'm talking about my dick?
I don't know.
What are you doing? What are you jingling your legs for? What are you, like, getting ready to, like...
You get comfortable and you start jitterbugging, man, you know? So I was on the back porch and I was chilling, thinking about stuff and, like, how my dad... Yeah, there was 2 incidents that were, like, told to me by my mom, right? And I didn't really know what the fuck happened. Apparently, when I was about 2 years old, he killed a guy. Because, yeah, he shot a motherfucker because... he thought that my mom was over there with another man.
And she was there with another woman?
No, it was another lady named Michelle. My mom's name is Michelle.
Oh. Are you
This
telling
other
me
m-
this while I'm stoned?
Why not? What better time to tell you?
You were telling me about your dad that killed somebody when I'm stoned.
Not only that.
I can't even comprehend this when I'm stoned.
I've never told you this?
No.
He killed a motherfucker when I was 2 years old. That same day that he shot the dude, he kidnapped me and tried to take me to fucking Puerto Rico. So I could have been in Puerto Rico right now with my crazy gun-toting father, you know. But the whole thing was when I was about, was it 11? How old are you when you're going into middle school?
About 11.
About 11-ish,
No,
right?
No.
So I
12.
All right, so I'm about to have my... Did you have a graduation for your elementary school when you went?
Fuck no.
Like a little ceremony?
Not that I can recall.
We had a ceremony that we get up on stage, we accept this award. You finished fucking elementary school. They made like this big fucking hullabaloo about it, right? So it's the night that we're doing that shit. And a couple days before that, my mom came to my real father and said... Get a camera ready or whatever. You know, your son is graduating elementary school, which is kind of weird to hear. Like, who graduate? Fuck all that shit, right? But, all right, he's coming, right? He says he's coming. That night, we get a phone call. We're getting ready to leave. I remember I borrowed my fucking uncle's suit. He had this old suit with pinstripes and shit. I'm wearing combat boots because that was the cool thing back in the 90s, right?
With pinstripe suit?
Remember the combat boots that people used to wear? They used to wear the little cut-off shorts with the fucking combat boots that come up to here. And you wear like a plaid shirt and shit with and your hat backwards. That was the cool thing in the 90s, right? So I'm wearing these combat boots and I'm trucking on the stage. But right before that, before we leave to go to the ceremony, right? My mom gets a phone call. She starts screaming at the top of her lungs, crying like fucking crazy. And she says, my father's dead, right? When she gets off the phone, she says that he was shot. Somebody had shot him, put a gun into his mouth. They called it a suicide, but they said that there was this motherfucker that they thought could have done it. So imagine this shit, right? Before that, when I was 2, he shot somebody. They chased him. They shot into the fucking car, broke through his fucking window. He's all bloody because they shot him up to stop him from getting away because he was going to leave. He was going to take me to Puerto Rico. Take that. Put that in the timeline. Down the fucking road, I see him every once in a while, showing up like in a glimmer. Every place that I lived, he was there. He was always like, just a little bit away. We lived in this one place, this duplex. He was in the duplex behind that. We lived in this apartment building complex. He was in the next building over. He was always around, like this fucking image of my father. I didn't really know him, though. I didn't get a chance to sit down and talk to him. I went and visit him in jail. That was the only intimate time that I had with him.
That's pretty intimate.
So then we get this phone call. And it was always fuzzy to me. I guess I tried to block it out or something, but I didn't. It was.
Are you a little hide right now, and that's why you're telling me that? It's...
No, I had planned on telling you that.
Oh, okay.
This wasn't something that was.
Was this in the?
This was premeditated.
This was in the car. Premeditated telling.
This was totally premeditated.
You still look like a terrorist right now. But keep going.
Fuck you. So to think like somebody was out to get him, and he's found, and it looks like a suicide, but they don't know if it was a suicide. And his fucking head was fucking blown out the back, like. And my mom didn't go to the funeral. I wore that same suit that I wore to the ceremony, to the fucking funeral.
With the combat boots?
Probably.